Hello everyone, welcome back to Happily Booked. Why are you laughing at me? The book podcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. We are your hostesses, Brooke and...
Beck. Sorry. I'm laughing at you because
Look
you're
alive.
like this.
I was like, oh no, you're not, do I have coffee breath? Like...
No.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Maybe mine.
Yeah, you're breasting. I'm just kidding. Okay. Alright, you got any random tidbits you want to talk about? Or hauls or anything like that?
Yes. So Emma got sick last week and took her to the doctor and they gave her some antibiotics, and I was like, a couple days later I thought, maybe I'm getting sick too, because my throat was a little scratchy and I was starting to do that coughy thing she was doing and my ears were feeling a little itchy, and I was like, but I don't know if I told everyone on the podcast or not that I thought I had health insurance, but I don't.
I don't think you.
Yeah, so I thought I had health insurance, and back in June I went to take, Emma was sick then as well, and they both had strep.
Yeah.
So I said, well, maybe I should go to the doctor just to make sure I don't have strep, because I work with people and I don't want people to get strep from me. So I called my insurance company and I said, I never received my cards and I need to go to the doctor and I need proof of insurance. And they're like, you don't have insurance. And I was like, okay, so I went through healthcare.gov and it says on their website, I got one, I get a subsidy, I guess, because I'm a single mom and I don't make, I only make X amount of money.
Right.
And so I got one that I don't have to pay anything for. The government just pays, like, the subsidy fully covers the payment. And I looked online, I said, well, it says it's paid. And I went to their website to pay the bill, and it says I don't owe anything.
Right.
So I'm like, what do you mean I don't have insurance? Yeah. And they're like, well, the state of Georgia passed a new law that you have to pay for the first 2 months of your health insurance before you're actually covered. And I said, nobody sent me any information about that so that I would know. I could have paid this already.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking, we're 6 months into the year. I'm thinking I had insurance for 6 months.
Right. Thank God you haven't had to need it.
Yeah.
Like, crucially.
And it doesn't say anything on the on the healthcare.gov website. Why wouldn't their website say anything? Why does it say I owe $0?
Right.
So this whole time, I thought I had insurance and I didn't. And then I went to update information on healthcare.gov and it wouldn't let me update anything because it's not open enrollment yet. So I couldn't even update information. And I'm like, well, how are we supposed to update you like when we get a pay raise? I thought we were supposed to come on here and update it so that if we now owe something,
right,
we don't get penalized when we do our taxes.
Taxes. Another
anyway,
thing to love.
Also confusing. So long story long. I didn't want to go to the doctor this time knowing I don't have insurance because I paid $150 to go to the Minute Clinic.
Uh-huh.
And it used to be way less than that, FYI, when I didn't have insurance before. It was only $50. So we've increased by a ton since the last time I didn't have insurance.
Inflation.
And it's crazy. So
oh my gosh.
I found this natural antibiotic recipe. And I actually went to YouTube for it. And I made it and started taking it. And I feel better. And it's not only an antibacterial, but it's also an anti-inflammatory.
Oh, wow.
My shoulder and neck have felt great for a few days since I started taking it.
That's really cool. I'm glad.
So
that's often hurting you.
Yes, on a daily basis. So much so that I don't even realize that it's hurting sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Unless it's hurting more than usual.
Yeah.
And so I haven't had any neck and shoulder pain for about 2 or 3 days. And that's nice. And Sunday morning, I had been taking it for 2 days, I think, on Sunday morning. My sinuses were all draining, and I think it was because the antibacterial was doing something, you know? And so I'm coughing up a storm and everything, but by Sunday afternoon, that was gone too.
Yeah.
So, like, if anyone's interested in this recipe, it was 4 tablespoons of raw honey. Local raw honey is always better because it has the natural natural allergens in it to help you with your allergies as well. And then 6 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with the mother. It has to have the mother in it because that's the good stuff. And then I forget how much turmeric was in it, but it was like half a teaspoon or something like that. I eyeballed that because I actually don't have, I don't know, I did have little measuring spoons. I don't know where they are.
Oh, okay.
So I eyeballed the turmeric. Who knows if I put in too much or not, but the more the merrier. And he said black pepper. He said black pepper because that helps your body absorb the turmeric. And he said some people put cayenne pepper in it, but he prefers black pepper. I put both. I put black pepper and cayenne because I figured the cayenne would give it a better flavor.
At least help your sinuses, maybe.
That too. It has an interesting flavor to it, but I'd rather take it than Robitussin.
Yeah.
So if anyone's interested, that's the recipe. And you can also just look it up on YouTube, natural remedies or natural antibiotics, I think is what I searched. You should be able to find it. I don't remember the guy who did the video, but he's like 47 and he had a heart attack and he started taking this because he can no longer take NSAIDs. And so he hasn't had any problems with pains, aches and pains.
Wow.
So
there you go, everybody. Becky's here to be your witch doctor.
The video does tell you, like, if you have a bacterial infection, like, you're supposed to take a teaspoon every hour the first day and then come back on that until you're just taking 1 teaspoon in the morning and 1 teaspoon at night. And he takes a teaspoon in the morning and a teaspoon at night for his aches and pains.
Oh, okay.
So you do take it every day. And if you're sick, you take more of it than when you're not sick. And the video would be good for you to see that too, I guess. But because I don't remember how much you're supposed to take on the 2nd and 3rd day if you're sick. But I just been taking it.
Yeah. I'm just drinking it now. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad that helped. Because I'm glad you went into explaining that, because then I was going to say, so you went to the Minute Clinic now and paid. No, negative. I'm probably just going to die of something one day because unless I can get insurance in well, actually, I guess open enrollment should be this month. Yeah, I was going to say open enrollment's probably this month. Yeah, so you need to be working 40 hours every week this month.
I did get an email from the government that I'm not going through healthcare.gov this year, that I'm supposed to go through, I guess, Georgia's healthcare. So I better find that email. Anyway, that's all I have.
Nice haul.
Thanks.
Natural remedies.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on the podcast.
That's right. You're working on your blanket, though.
I am, and I'm working on a sock.
I saw that, and I was like, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
It was. I was going to make my dad socks for Father's Day. Guess what Dad did not get for Father's Day?
Socks.
That is correct. That's not even, that's the first sock of the pair. So we don't even have one sock done. But I'm trying to finish this one because I'm thinking it would be a good size for the stockings that I want to give my nieces and nephews for Christmas.
Cute.
And if it works, if I finish it,
God willing.
Yes, God willing. I'm going to do like red and white. I'm going to do some brown and gray, which sounds weird for stockings, but I'm going to get little charms to hang on them. And so like the brown and gray are Minecraft colors, so I'm going to get a Minecraft charm to hang on the side of those.
Cute.
And then all the nieces and nephews can pick the one they want.
Look out, everybody. She's crafty.
That's... Oh, I hope my family's not listening. Don't let the kids... Oh, no. Don't let the kids hear it.
So about to say, you could call them and say, by the way, do you listen to the podcast? Okay, well.
Well, there's also a fair probability that I won't get done.
Right.
They may not. That might not be their Christmas
This could just be a lie. I am so close to finishing that little blanket I started for Stetson. And I'm like, I just gotta just sit there and watch true crime, Brooke. Just do it. And then I'm like, oh, but I want to read. And then I finish some books, and I'm like, oh, but I still haven't finished this blanket. Okay, well.
Before we forget again, do you have a quote?
Oh, wow, look at you.
I don't know if anyone's been missing the quotes. But we haven't been doing our jobs.
I could probably get a quote.
It's probably my turn, because I sure haven't done one in a while. But we'll definitely let you do it. Because if any of us has read a physical book, it's going to be Brooke. How have I read more mystery than fantasy? This seems false.
It does seem false. Unless you've described something as mysterious.
I haven't actually filled out any of the descriptors, so it's whatever the previous, however it's been described in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, declare us.
Oh, because I read The Gun Seller. Apparently that's a mystery.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? Oh, wait a second. Why is The Gun Seller on here twice?
I wish you could see Becky's face. Wait a second. Okay, I have a quote, so I'm going to read it.
Go for it.
At the sight of the sun this morning, a tiny break in the clouds after breakfast, several of us had rushed out to find a clear patch of ground. We stood there in total silence, gazing upward. It wasn't powerful. It wasn't the sort of sunshine where you could feel the heat on your face, but just knowing it was there was enough to fill me with hope. Aw. Hope. Do you know what that's from?
Wait, is it the book where they got stranded on the island?
No.
No? I don't know.
It's from The Last by Hanna Jameson.
Oh, I had to make you read it again because I listened, but not with my whole ears.
I know.
And I didn't want it to be from the book we both just read.
I know.
And me be like, no, I have no idea what that's from.
I know, wouldn't that have been funny? No, would you believe it? From that book, I didn't get a single quote.
That's okay. There's a lot of F words in that one.
Yeah. There sure was. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, no, that was from The Last by Hanna Jameson. I really like that book. I gave that one to my mom to read. That was the one where there was nuclear attacks on America and London and somewhere else, Scotland.
And we're in Paris, I think.
They're in Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland.
I believe.
In a hotel, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Trapped in a hotel. So, yeah, it was a really good book. That one was very quotable, but half of them are in the book. Because, I mean, all of them are in the book. But half the ones I wanted to save were in the book and not in my phone. So.
How unfortunate.
I know, how unfortunate. Okay. I kind of have a haul.
Oh.
Just one little thing.
What?
One book. I bought it this morning on Kindle. I bought Spin a Black Yarn by Josh Malerman.
Oh.
It's a collection of novellas that he wrote. 5 harrowing novellas of horror and speculative fiction from the singular mind of New York Times best-selling author of Bird Box. Because I finished something and I was like, I still want to read something spooky. And I was like, you know what? I know I like Josh Malerman's writing. Surely I can't be too disappointed by anything he writes. I want to read something by Josh Malerman. And I know I actually have maybe 2 books by him that I haven't read upstairs with my books. Or it might just be 1. But I was like, you know what? I want to read on my Kindle. I want to. I actually want to do that. So I went on there. It was on sale, I think. It was only $5 or something. So here is, I mean, it's a collection of different stories, so I don't know how well the synopsis is going to go. But I will read that. Oh, so sorry, microphone. You need some tissue? Bless you, dear. Okay.
I think I'm good.
All right. Let's see. A sister insists to her little brother that... Okay, ma'am.
I'm sorry, we're dying over here.
So,
okay, go ahead.
A sister insists that her little brother that half the house is haunted by a strange presence. But is it the house that's haunted or their childhoods?
Oh.
And Argyle, a dying man, confesses to... Oh, sorry. In Argyle, a dying man confesses to homicides he never committed, and he reveals long-kept secrets far more sinister than murder. A tourist takes the ultimate trip to outer space in the Jupiter drop, but the real journey into his own... I don't know why I can't read. But the real journey is into his own dark past. In Doug and Judy Buy the House Washer, a trendy married couple buys the latest home gadget only to find themselves trapped by their possessions, their history, and each other. And in Igorov, a wealthy old Cretan murders a young man not knowing the victim was a triplet. The two surviving brothers stage a savage faux hunting.
Oh.
Faux haunting. Playing the ghost of their slain brother with the aim of driving the old murderer mad.
That actually sounds like a really good story.
I've been reading perfectly fine until now, and I know I sort of sound snotty. So I don't know if me being congested messed with my eyeballs. But
you do sound a little nasally.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. At least we're recording. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I was like, I got to. I got to. I don't think I would have wanted to if you weren't coming down. Which I do feel a lot better. Yesterday, I really felt pretty awful. Mm-hmm. I feel a lot better. I'm just really congested. It's driving me absolutely crazy. I cannot stand being congested. Anyway, so sorry. Enough about me. More about you. Have you finished anything?
I have. I finished 2 things.
Really?
Yes.
I know you finished one thing, because
yes.
I also finished something.
Yes. So,
you read, too. We both read it. I finished it, too. So sorry.
Spoiler alert, we both finished We Used to Live Here.
By Marcus Kliewer. Before we started recording, I said, oh my gosh, Becky, the last 2 episodes, I've been saying Michael Kliewer with full confidence, not even a care in the world. Nobody's corrected me because I was saying it confidently. Why would she correct me if I was just saying it? It's Marcus. It's by Mr. Marcus Kliewer. So sorry, continue.
Well, to piggyback off what you just said, I was looking at his name one time when she said it, and I still didn't correct her. That's crazy.
Still didn't even click. It's okay.
I also finished Crossroads of Twilight.
I went on your Storygraph yesterday or the day before just to stalk you a little bit.
And I hadn't updated it.
Well, that's good. So it said Crossroads of Twilight, and I just sat there and I went, Crossroads of Twilight. And I have no, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've messed Becky up now.
I actually finished it on the way here.
Oh, good job.
And so I updated Storygraph when I got here.
Fresh in your mind.
Fresh in my mind. I can't wait to text Andrew and tell him that I did not like how this book ended.
Dang.
It ended on a cliffhanger that I'm not happy about. Although, to be fair, most of the books end on a cliffhanger.
Right, so you get into the next one.
Right. Now, the first one wasn't really a cliffhanger. It's probably the only one that didn't leave you going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Because it ended with, I'm pretty sure it ended with the battle being won. And then you start the next book.
Victory!
The second book started off a little boring, but that's okay.
I hate that sometimes. It's like, I was so excited and now I'm bored.
Well, because it didn't start off with, you didn't end with a cliffhanger, so you're starting with more information about other people, whatever. So
right.
I think that was the first and second one. I could be wrong. It could be the second and the third one, but whatever. One of them was boring. It started off boring. But this one, I've been very worried throughout the whole book about different things. And they've split 3 of the main characters. They're called Taviran.
Right. And the
Taviran are the ones that, in this world, that things happen because they are there. And everyone always says, the wheel weaves as the wheel wills. And that just means that
5 times fast.
Right. It just means whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But if the Taviran are there, then whatever happens is because they're there. And the wheel kind of weaves around them. And so there's 3 of them, and they've all split up. So when he's been writing this book, not only are you following the 3 different Taviran, so you'll follow one for a minute, and then you'll follow another one. So you go long periods of time in the book without hearing about one of them.
Right.
But in addition, there are 3 or 4 females that are also main characters that are not with the Taviran, and so we're skipping to them as well. So it's like, whenever you're reading about who you're reading about, that's cool and great, but you're worried about who you just left off with.
And the more you continue reading about somebody else, you're wondering
yeah,
more and more
like
about
what's happening with the other people that we haven't heard about in 5 chapters.
Right.
So someone just got captured, and she's very important, and I know that I feel like in my heart, because of course Andrew didn't tell me anything that's going to happen. He's very good about not spoiling things. He's only told me a couple things that were quote unquote spoilers, but they didn't really spoil anything.
Yeah. More like warning you about something too.
So I have no idea, but I do feel like, because she had dreams. They don't believe she's a dreamer, but I think she is a dreamer, which means that you just foretell.
We're all dreamers.
It just means that you foretell in your like you can see foretellings in your dreams. And I'm pretty sure that she's supposed to do something really great, and she got captured. So I'm like,
every time you go to say somebody got captured, I keep thinking you're about to say they got killed. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So part of me is worried because she got captured, but then part of me is like, well, but she hasn't done this yet, and you know she's going to do it.
Right.
You know this is going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just don't know.
But I feel like it is.
What's going to
And I'm not about to start book 11 because I have to go back and pick up Cinder now.
We don't have to.
I mean,
you don't have
to. I kind of feel like it's a necessity.
You've already reached your goal. You can do whatever you want. You can go crazy.
Well, I kind of want to read Cinder or finish it now that I started it.
And then going back into it, you might like it more than you did.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, not that you disliked it entirely, but
yeah,
you didn't seem too excited.
It wasn't
too compelling for you right now.
Sometimes when I hear people read, I think I could do a better job. But then sometimes I read out
like
loud.
Like an audio narrator?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I read out loud and I start stumbling over my words and I think...
Sometimes I just hear myself and I'm like, no, I couldn't.
Do the audio people stumble over their words like this?
They would have to, right? Surely they like read a chapter to get a feel of it and then they go back in, right?
Yeah, because sometimes when they're reading and then they say, like they read a sentence and then they say, they said with whatever, and that's how they read it. And I'm like, how did they know they were supposed to read it that way?
Right.
They had to have read it first.
Right. Logic states that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And what have you finished, ma'am?
What have I finished, you ask? I have finished 2 things as well. So, I finished We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kliewer, which we can't really talk about, and that really irks me. I can't believe we have to wait 2 weeks. Like, I have enough time to just reread the entire thing again.
She probably will.
I might. I don't know. Because there was more things that you could decipher. Just a little bit more, a few more things you could decipher. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, I guess. They could just be gibberish. But I couldn't figure it out. Aside from the Morse code. I basically know Morse code now, by the way, everybody. If you need your Morse code deciphered, send it my way. No, I needed help with that last one. Anyway. So I finished that. I can't really talk too much about it.
Don't worry. It's going to be a great episode when we talk about it, though.
Yeah. Then, well, I actually finished this book first, before I finished We Used to Live Here. I finished a book called Heaven by Mieko Kawakami, and it's a book I physically have. It's a very small book, 176 pages, and I don't remember when I hauled it on this podcast, but I know I did, and I know that when I hauled it and read the synopsis, we were both like, that sounds right up your alley, Brooke. You should read that. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to read that little book.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. I'm going to find the synopsis for you, because it was translated Japanese fiction. It was a short book, and it sounded interesting, and I knew it sounded sad.
Yeah.
So here is the... It's not very long, but we'll see. Tormented by his peers because of his lazy eye, Kawakami's protagonist suffers in silence. His only respite comes thanks to his friendship with a girl who is also the victim of relentless teasing. Not teasing, people. Straight up bullying. But what is the nature of a friendship if your shared bond is terror? Oh. Unflinching, yet tender, intimate, and multi-layered, Heaven is yet another dazzling testament to Kawakami's uncontainable talent. I don't know.
You didn't like it?
Ooh, paperback format purchased on November 25th, 2022. So it's been almost 2 years since I bought this book.
That's funny.
That's crazy. About time I read it. It was only 176 pages. I don't know. It was compelling enough for me to finish, but after finishing it, I was like, I could have just not read this. You know, it was...
You didn't like it?
It was okay. It was... how do I even explain it? I gave it a 3-star. And throughout the story, it was compelling enough for me to want to finish it, because I was like, what's going to happen? How are these people going to come to terms with the people, how are they going to get through this bullying that they endure? And like, it was very sad. It's a very, very sad book, because I mean, bullying is sad, all in all, but like, you read what gets done to them by these other students who are just ruthless for no reason. They're just absolute little monsters. But then you're reading from their perspective, like after being bullied, and like the main characters like saw on TV somebody from a neighboring middle school was bullied and he took his own life, and he's just sitting there wondering, like, do I really have it that bad? I don't really have it that bad, do I? And it's just sad that he's sitting there thinking about that. Like, that's even something that could come into his mind.
Right. Like,
it's just heartbreaking. And it's a fictional story, but obviously that's a real thing that happens all the time, and it's just very heartbreaking. But, so, like, the whole story, it was just sad. It was sad, and there were some funny moments. There were some, there was a few little quotable moments. I say that, but I didn't actually jot anything down. I think I, dog-eared the pages, but the book's upstairs. What good is that to me now? And, it ends on a hopeful note. Like, everything's fine in the end. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I could have just lived without the journey to get there. I don't know how else to explain that.
The ones who were bullied could have also gotten to the end without the journey.
Yeah. They could have done without it as well. But it was okay. It was sort of like, I guess, kind of a slow-paced, almost coming to age story. I think it was probably... They're like what would be considered 8th grade here in America, so they're pretty young. I guess I would say it could be labeled as like YA, because I would say middle grade since the characters are that young, but the way it's written, I'm like, it doesn't read like it's not a book for a child.
Right.
So it was okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if I listened to the audio version, I might have liked it more. I didn't give it a try or anything. I don't know if it's on Everand or anything like that, but it's Japanese translated fiction, and normally I listen to those on audio, and I enjoy that experience like every time. So I don't know. It was alright. I don't know. I don't like. He has this experience with his friend that they're both being bullied, and they are secretly friends. Like, the people in their class don't know that they're friends, because otherwise they would get picked on even more. Just how it is. And so they're, like, secretly friends, so sometimes they meet at the park and they go on walks or whatever. And they get into, like, a little fight, and he's like, please meet up with me. I want to talk about this. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, like, whatever. And so then they meet up again, but it was actually like a trap for like the bullies to come, you know, kick them in the ribs and in the head and stuff, like beat them. And someone finally, I don't know how these people's teachers are blind to this, but finally an adult sees what's happening, and like it starts to rain, like it's a very dramatic ending. It's storming, and the bullies are like running off, and this woman's like coming to, I guess, save them, and she calls the police come, everything gets taken care of, and he's like, that's the last time I saw my friend.
What?
And it's like a very kind of open-ended thing, like, I guess up to your own interpretation of it, but I'm pretty sure she like lives. Like, I don't think she's died, but the way it's kind of written is like,
they're just not friends anymore? I
guess. Like, I think she got taken away somewhere. Like, and like what happens is you would assume that she got taken to a hospital, and I guess she just doesn't come back to school, which he, I think, was also not coming back to that school because of such a bad experience, I guess. But it's like, okay, am I supposed to think she's died and that's why you never saw her again? Like, why did you not see her? I don't... It's just a little too open-ended for my... Right. Like, what do you mean you just didn't see her again? I don't know. I don't know. It was okay, though. Like, I'm not super mad I read it or anything, but I think I would have rather read it before I got pregnant and had a baby. If that makes any sense. Yes. Like, where I feel like I had more time to just read books where I'm like, oh, that really wasn't that great, you know? And I know what you're thinking, Brooke, you could have DNF'd it. You've been DNFing books left and right if you don't like them. But it was compelling enough for me to want to still read it. So, it was fine. I might put it in a little free library at the end of the road. So, maybe somebody else will want to keep it more. But that's all I finished, and I can't really talk about We Used to Live Here, and that really bums me out. Yeah. You're currently reading? No, you finished Crossroads of Twilight. You're about to start Cinder. Yeah. So you're like in the in between zone. You're not actually like reading anything. Correct. I hate that. That makes me so uncomfortable for some reason.
You're welcome.
I'm reading two things. I'm reading Feathers Floating Through Ember by Trinity Dunn.
Okay.
And I'll just talk about that first. How about that? I'm really not that far into it. It's kind of a long book. I know I've mentioned like all of the books I think are like pretty big books. I think I'm like 30-something% of the way through. I guess I could tell you. I could tell you exactly how far I am.
You should start a band next.
Oh my gosh, I'm only 12% through.
Hardly worth mentioning.
Oh my gosh, I know. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I was just so interested in reading We Used to Live Here, and I kept trying to pace myself. I was like, don't read it, don't do it. But I was like, oh, I want to decipher the Morse code as I keep going. Like, that was so compelling and intriguing. So I ended up reading that more.
Well, I mean, it's good that we're sort of talking about it today, because if no one's reading it yet, maybe they'll start reading it.
I mean, if you have the time, I mean, that's like a 2-day max read.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't that hard to get through.
At all. I strongly recommend reading it physically, though. So you can...
I do too. Because listening to the Morse code is just like annoying, first of all. And secondly, you don't even necessarily realize it's Morse code unless you know what Morse code sounds like.
Yeah.
But when Brooke was telling me, I was like, oh, I bet that would make more sense if I saw it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you can physically read it, you probably should.
And I almost didn't decide to, like...
Physically read it?
Yeah, well, decide to decipher the Morse code. Like, I was going, and I think I got to, like, the second one, and I was like, you know what? I bet I could look this up. And it's, of course, all over the internet. You can just look up Morse code. So, I decided to do that, and I found that very... just fun. It was very intriguing and fun. It definitely, I mean, the story itself kept me reading it, but that for sure. So yeah, I'm reading Feathers Floating Through Ember, and it's good. I'm enjoying it. I am just not very far into it. Apparently, I thought I was more like 30% through, and I'm not.
That's disappointing.
And I'm so sorry. I was wrong. When I finished More of Us to the West, I said that her husband comes off the boat and he's like the captain of the pirate ship. I was wrong. It's not a pirate ship, first of all.
Brooke, you were reading it and you still got it wrong.
Yes. And he's not the captain. So but he is, I mean, he's on the ship. He's a part of their crew now or whatever. And now you're following, it's like, going back and forth between what happened with Jack and the other guy's name was Bud, which I don't think I said his name. But following what happens to them once they leave the island in search of rescue on a raft. So you're following what's going on with that, who they find, what happens. It's very, I mean, somebody came up. They find like these, native islanders, and they're like, do any of y'all speak English? Hello? And of course, you know, they don't, because it's, what was it, 1873, something like that. Shoot, 1770.
How did they find out the year?
When they got off the boat and onto the island, they told them the year, I'm pretty sure. That, or they had been reading journals from somebody a long time ago who was on the island, and they were writing journals, and it was like that year. I think it's 1773. I'm fairly certain is the year.
That's crazy.
So, clearly I'm not a history buff. But, so like nobody speaks English. Like these native islanders, obviously they don't speak any English very good, at least. Like they've had contact with English speaking people, but they're not fluent. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, English over here, English over here. And so they're like, okay, so they follow them. And I knew it was going to be this guy that they actually had on their island, that they kicked off of their island. They like exiled him because of he sexually assaulted a character on the island. Oh. And they were like, well, what do we do with him? So they put him on a raft and sent him on his way. And he gets captured by this group of islanders. Mm-hmm. And it was like, before they revealed him, I was like, it's going to be Phil, isn't it? Friggin' Phil. And it was Phil. But I'm enjoying it. I really am. I think I'm starting to want more creepy stuff. Like I would like to read a little bit more spooky things while it's spooky season. Which I could read spooky stuff all year round, but
yeah, you do.
And I do. But it's more atmospheric to read it in October.
Yeah.
So I started something else as well, and this is an audiobook. Mm-hmm. I started... Ooh, so sorry. I just keep hitting the table. Where did it go? Where did you go? There you are. I started The Watchers by A.M. Shine. Mm-hmm. I have not read anything by A.M. Shine. I don't know anything about A.M. Shine. This got recommended. I got recommended to me on Everand. You know how when you finish a certain book, it's like things that are similar to We Used to Live Here. Right. So that was compelling enough because I'm not going to talk about We Used to Live Here. I feel like I'm in trouble. I'm in timeout. I can't talk about that book. And So I clicked it, and the first thing, I didn't even finish reading the description. I was like, you know what? Sold. And I just bookmarked it and started it. This is how far I got in the synopsis. It says, you can't see them, but they can see you. This forest isn't charted on any map. I said, okay, sure. This is the rest of it. Every car breaks down at its tree line. Mina's is no different. Left stranded, she is forced into the dark woodland, only to find a woman shouting, urging Mina to run into a concrete bunker.
Oh.
As the door slams behind her, the building is besieged by screams.
Oh no.
Mina finds herself in a room with a wall of glass and an electric light that activates at nightfall. When the Watchers come above ground, these creatures emerge to observe their captive humans, and terrible things happen to anyone who doesn't reach the bunker in time.
Oh.
Afraid and trapped among strangers, Mina is desperate for answers. Who are the Watchers, and why are these creatures keeping them imprisoned? Keen to watch their every move. So, yeah. I actually didn't realize, like, when I started it, like, I literally only got as far as, you can't see them, but they can see you, and nobody's been in this forest. Like, do with that what you will in your imagination. And then I saw a different cover of it, because my cover's just, like, two silhouettes of, like, a woman's head. But I saw a different cover, I guess on Storygraph. I was looking at it on Storygraph or something. And it looked like a big concrete building or something. And I was like, what? I'm confused. And then it got to the point where she's in the bunker. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So there's monsters outside. Oh. But I'm enjoying it. She goes on this little road trip. Mm-hmm. With a parrot. Sorry, that started off wrong. She's not going on a road trip with a parrot. She was told she is delivering a bird. She's delivering the parrot to somebody, a paying customer. Like somebody bought this bird, and she told her friend that she would go do the delivery for him or whatever for a certain amount of money. Like, it's an expensive bird, and so she's going, and I guess she makes a wrong turn. She misses the road completely, but then in the audiobook, it's like, at this point, she had been driving for hours, and I was like, girl, turn around. Like, you missed your turn, obviously. Like, what are you doing? Don't just keep going. You should have been there hours ago. Yeah. Maybe you should go back and start over. So she just keeps going, and she notices that, like, where there was, like, wild animals everywhere, and then sheep all over the fields and stuff. Now there's, like, no animals. There's no civilization whatsoever. And, like, the road, like, I don't know if it ends right at this forest or if it, like, goes along this entrance to the forest. Mm-hmm. But you get to the certain point, and, like, your cars break down. Your motorcycles break down. Like, you can't drive past it for some reason. So her car breaks down, and she stays the night in the car with the parrot. She went on a road trip with a parrot. And then she's like, well, I guess I'm gonna get out and walk around. So she, first thing in the morning, she gets the bird, and they go, and she just walks into the forest. And it's like a path. There's like a path there, but that's probably the last thing I would do.
Yeah.
But okay. And so she's walking, and it's like all day she's been walking in this forest and on a path into the darkness. and it's becoming nighttime, and I guess she starts to see a light, and she realizes she sees the woman, and the woman's like, run, come on, hurry. And so she's like, okay. And she does it.
No red flags.
Right. She gets to the door. She gets inside the bunker. The woman slams the door shut, and, like, immediately you hear monsters, like, they come up on the outside of the bunker. And she's like, oh my gosh, what is that? Like, I was just out there. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
Wait, does she still have the parrot?
Yes.
Oh.
Parrot's all good, don't worry. And so it took her all day to get there. Now these people, once it is daylight, they go out and they forage for food, they get fresh water, and they come back into the bunker. And they live in the bunker. And this woman got trapped there one day, and then this married couple got trapped there one day, and now one of them is dead.
Oh.
And then this young guy, you know, his motorcycle breaks down to the edge of the forest, and I don't know why everybody's like, oh, let me just walk into the forest. But they do, and they get to this bunker, and, like, the old woman who's in charge of it, I guess, like, she's their leader, she's like, nobody leaves. We have to stay here. Like, survival. She is just all about it, which, you know, you have to do certain things in order to survive, but and I'm sure it'll get answered at some point, but why can't you just immediately, first light of the day, walk back? It took her all day to get here. If you book it, you'll get out of the forest, right?
Right.
Like, so it's possible it's already been answered, and I just haven't realized it because, you know, I realize I'm not paying attention or something. But I think I would enjoy reading this on Kindle too, but I was like, it's on Everand. It's not a bad narration or anything, so it's fine. I'm enjoying it. I do just wonder why they haven't tried to leave. So I said there was a married couple and one of them is dead. He left to go, quote unquote, go find help, I guess. And he has yet to return. So I'm assuming he's dead. I guess not. I don't know. So I wonder what's going on. I really do. I wonder.
How long ago did he go look for help? Maybe he made it and he's just not back with help yet.
Maybe he made it just pretending he doesn't have a wife anymore.
That's one way to get rid of her.
Right? Leave her in the woods in a bunker. So she arrives, our main character, Mina, and it was 4 days prior he went out to go find help.
I mean, if he's I guess she would have passed him on the road if he was walking.
Right. But apparently, like, you cannot be out there in the woods at night, or whatever these creatures are, they will get you. So you have to, like, in and out during the day, allegedly. So I'm wondering what's going on. I'm interested. I like it. So we'll see what happens.
It's getting lost a little bit.
A little bit, right?
In a bunker, and there's a monster.
Oh, I loved that bunker in Lost. I was like, I would literally just live down there. I mean, I'd live down there and I'd come out, you know, during the day and stuff. But that was like the perfect setup. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so the feathers floating through Ember. It's looking less and less like a Lost fan fiction, so that's good, I guess. So next, I think I want to read The Spin of Black Yarn by Josh Malerman. I don't know. I'm excited. I think it'll be really good. We probably should have read that. Because it's novellas again by Josh Malerman.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'll let you know if it's good.
Okay.
I'll let you know how horrifying it is, if it's horrifying at all, how gruesome, if there's any curse words.
Goblin wasn't that bad.
It really wasn't. It was creepy. I mean,
it was creepy.
I didn't think they were all very creepy. Some of them were really creepy, but they were like perfect atmosphere for what we were doing it for. Like, It was great. I really enjoyed that one. So I think I'll like this one too. I hope. Oh, I guess that's all.
You'll think of it when we're done recording.
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else because I can't talk about the one book I finished either. I already talked about the other book I finished. And
I've already said too much, I feel like, about We Used to Live Here. Ugh.
That's okay.
I'm going to have to write down a bunch of notes.
I don't think you've said too much. I think... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking away from the microphone. I don't think you've said too much. I think that... I think you said the perfect amount because this will come out, next Monday, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll pull my calendar up. Which is perfect timing because they'll have a whole week left to read. And then we'll come and talk about it the next week. And, maybe this conversation has given them enough incentive to read it if they haven't.
I will say, if you like there was a book. Oh, Rabbits. If you like Rabbits by Terry Miles, or the podcast Rabbits, or Black Tapes, or that really good one where it was in the forest and everything was deceiving. can't think of what it was called. All those podcasts that are by Terry Miles, if you like all of those, I think you would like We Used to Live Here. It's like got the same feeling to me. So,
if you don't like cussing, don't read it.
Yeah.
Or at least don't listen to it on audio.
Really not...
Like, it's easier to skip cuss words if you're physically reading it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because apparently I did. You're like, oh no, she's already cussed. And I was like, oh. I think, though, she doesn't really start cussing until she starts to get fed up with stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was a good
if that
4
helps.
or 5 chapters in. I mean,
yeah.
But, you know, it does steadily get
worse.
Not worse.
It does increase, though.
It increases in volume.
In the frequency.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, just keep that in mind, because I know I wouldn't choose to read a book with those particular words in them, except that we're doing a podcast, so, you know, I have to contribute. So, somehow. So, you know, but I don't think
have something funny.
A lot of people have that problem. Go ahead.
You want to know how big of a baby I am?
Sure.
I was editing last week's episode, and it was nighttime. And I got to the part of the podcast episode where I started reading a little excerpt from Stolen Tongues. And I was like, pause. Nope, it's creepy. And I saved it, and I got off, and I went upstairs.
That is hilarious.
I said, I can't. And I think I only rated that one like 4 stars. I think that means I need to bump it up to 5. I don't know. To give me that make me have that big of a reaction like days after.
That's funny.
Kind of ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. I meant to tell you that because I thought that was really funny.
That is funny. I'm glad you told me. Okay, so Miss Tracy sent me pictures of some of our merchandise.
Oh.
And I did post them on our Facebook page. So, if anyone's interested in merchandise, I do have pictures. They did not come with prices. But if you see something you like, we can get you prices. They're not free. And Miss Tracy has worked hard on those things for us. And she will continue to work hard on them if anyone is interested. And just let us know, and we'll make sure that we get you hooked up with whatever it is you want. Also, continue to check out Sideways Sheriff. Is it this weekend?
Yes.
He has a drift event, which by the time this airs, it'll be over with. But
right.
He'll have some video, I'm sure, posted of this weekend. I want to go this weekend.
I hope you do.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because the girls actually have something that they're doing, and I might be able to make it back down here in time. I'm just not sure.
Right.
They're doing a sleepover on Friday, and then they're having a devotional for the moms Saturday. I may have time to make it back down here. I'm the only one who wants to ride in the drift car.
Yeah.
So, Emma, I think she'd have fun, but whatever. So I hope that we get to make it. But anyway, I hope that lots of people go and it's lots of fun. And so y'all check out Sideways Sheriff, because he's going to have some videos soon on that, I'm sure. And then lastly, I guess that's everything, isn't it? Merchandise, Sideways Sheriff. Talked about your mom. Hey, Miss Tracy.
Yeah.
Oh, we went to a wedding.
We did.
And
With the
it
most
was
beautiful
wonderful.
bride.
Yes, I cried a little bit.
I almost did.
I've only cried at 2 weddings. This one, and so now that I'm older and my friends' children are getting married, I now cry at weddings. Because I'm like,
I get choked up because it's
babies.
so beautiful.
Yes, it was beautiful. And the service was really good. The gentleman who did their service, he's their worship leader at their church, and he was so funny. He did such a good job. I told our friend, I said, he needs to do everybody's wedding. He's so good. And but anyway, it was a really good wedding. I liked the reception. It was just basically, I guess, finger foods. I mean, and we served ourselves, but it was really nice. It was really well done.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed every part of it. There were pictures of them when they were kids. Of course, this is a trend I think that's been going for 20 years now, where you show the pictures of them when they were babies and as young adults. And Ella said, "Oh, look, there's Jessie in the 1800s." So
oh my
that was funny. And then, of course, they went to Disney World for their honeymoon.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
They should be there right now.
Yes.
I hope they're having a great time.
I hope they're having a wonderful time. I'm so happy for them. I remember, when she first started working with us, and they were kind of flirting.
She was so sweet.
And I was like, oh, they make such a good couple. And then they started dating, and now they're married. And I'm just so happy.
I love it.
I think that's why I cried the most.
They're so sweet.
They are.
I'm so happy for them.
I am too. So, okay, I just wanted to shout out to our friends who got married.
I love them.
We love them. And I guess that's it. So thank you, Kindred Spirits, for listening. It's wonderful to know there are so many of you in the world. And until next time, stay happily booked.